What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're here with the treasure map breakdown using my team. So I'll show you guys the teams that I'm going to be using in this upcoming treasure map, break it down for you guys so you guys understand what the hell's going on, and when the actual treasure map does come out, I'll probably bring you guys like a playthrough video of me playing through the treasure map. And of course, when the actual event goes live, I will be live streaming on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Toadskii. Link to it is always down below in the video description of every single video I upload. Make sure to go ahead and check it out. Come and hang out as we just play through the treasure map, get our rewards, get our pulls, hopefully get some really cool pulls, and that's basically it, right? So let's jump into it. If you guys want to go ahead and check out the preparation video that I gave you guys talking about the event and free to play units you can use in order to counter the debuffs of the bosses, go click the card at the top of the video. Highly advise doing that. But as I said, let's jump into it and I'll show you guys the teams that I will be using in this treasure map. So let's start things off with the Drake boss fight. Now, something I do also have to say is that the teams that I typically build are more focused around building for speed. I much prefer to clear the mini bosses very quickly and then move on to the final boss and then use all my point boosters against that. Now, yes, you can definitely build for points, run really high point boosters for each of the mini bosses, but I feel like playing it like that is very monotonous, and I find it really boring playing for just high point boost against the mini bosses, and I actually have a much better time playing the game if I build for speed. So with this team here against Drake, he's really easy. He just gives you block orbs and that's it, basically. He doesn't have a lot of health. So we're going ahead and using this team, which is just going to use like wave clearing specials with the Enel. But, you know, in terms of damage output, we've got Brook for an orb boost. We've got an attack boost with Capone plus the Caesar support, which gives us the conditional boost. We have the attack boost with Luffy Tower if we needed it. We've also got a chain lock with Sangoro, and like it's fine. It's just there to clear with the wave clear with Enel. But if we do need to do damage, it's not going to be a problem either way. So Drake is not really a big problem that you guys should be focusing in on. Moving on to page 1, I actually can't remember exactly what this guy does. He has the increased defense, I believe. Yeah, 3-turn increased defense, full slot of badly matching slots, and also delay immunity. So with this team, yeah, so I'm running more of a speed-based team again. Now, we're using Kozuki Odin on this team, and he's a little bit of a lower point booster, but he just gives our team a lot of damage output. We're using the double Zora specials, because obviously with double special activation, and he gets reduced cooldown at the start of the fight, we're able to just wave clear the first 4 rooms, and every time we use a special for our slashes or free spirit, Odin's crewmate effect reduces his own cooldown. So even though Odin doesn't get that much cooldown from being a 1.1 point booster, all of the specials that we launch will enable us to get lots and lots of boosts. Now on this team, we have the Luffy from the previous treasure map, and we have the Bone Kichi Arena unit, who are not boosted under Zora's captain effect. However, Bone Kichi gives us the conditional boost and removes his defense. We have Luffy to give us an attack boost. We have a full board of slots with the Usopp, and when we use the Odin special, he'll change all of the slots into Wano. We'll have an orb boost from him as well. So in terms of damage potential, it's actually pretty good when you calculate it out. So this is a fast team that does a lot of damage. Really impressed, and it's kind of like a really optimized team, so long as it's calculated correctly and that Odin's cooldown is ready to go once we reach the final stage after using the rest of our specials, but he should be ready to go. The Odin has great tandem combination with that Usopp. Usopp says that if your captain is a strength or a psi character, you get a full board of strength slots, and he treats them as beneficial if your captain is strength or psi, I believe. But because we get a full board of strength, we can use Odin to change those into Wano slots. So great combination there. Attack boost Luffy, conditional boost. Yeah, pretty easy team. Pretty awesome team, honestly. Moving on to versus Jack. Now, Jack is a pretty annoying boss. His preemptive gives you 7 turns of despair and 4 turns of attack down. So we definitely need 4 turns of despair and 4 turns of attack down removal. So the best way around that is to go ahead and use double Lucy. So with 2 Lucy specials, you are able to remove all the debuffs that you'll be inflicted on this boss fight. And then on this team as well, we also have Shirahoshi and Mancherry V2, which will give us a full board of slots and also a chain boost. We've got Kamazo, who was just there as a 1.35 point booster. Now on the other side of the team, we have Otoko, and we also have Kizaru. Now Lucy's captain effect actually does boost Dex and quick characters. So everyone in this team is actually boosted. Otoko gives a color affinity to Dex and quick characters, so we get color affinity from her. And then the Lucy character gives us an orb boost, and then Kizaru not only will cut the enemy's health by 20%, but depending on whatever color the captain is, he boosts that color's attack by 1.75 for 3 turns. So with this team, we'll get attack boost, orb boost, and color affinity, and a chain boost, and that's pretty much how it goes. Now, there is another really good way around it, is that when we eventually get the treasure map Queen character, you can use that unit as a captain instead, because Queen has a really good captain effect. I believe it's a 3.75 times captain, which is great. And then you can use Lucy as a sub, and if you were lucky enough to pull not only this Christmas Luffy from the last treasure map, but also the treasure map Hyogoro character from a few treasure maps ago, he's a great support in that Luffy that will enable you to remove attack down. I believe it removes attack down on your team. So you can use a Lucy special and also the Luffy special to remove those debuffs, and then run double Queen for a higher attack multiplier. That's what I would have done if I actually did have the Hyogoro support, but either way, a pretty good team that will get the job done. Definitely the slowest of the teams you'll see in this video. Moving on to the final of the Battle Rush teams is going to be versus King. Now this team, like I've been doing in the last few treasure maps, is I've been just using Kaido as the main captain, and it's just because it's super quick, just being able to one-tap, wave clear all the bosses, reach the final stage. Kaido's got a really decent captain effect for a treasure map, right? 4 times captain to Striker and Powerhouse. So with this team here, we do have the Arena X Drake, which will enable us to get a full board of matching slots. The Gyukimara unit is fantastic because he can remove all of the debuffs that get inflicted on this final stage. And then we also have Hiyori. Now Hiyori, with her special, we will basically get a resilience effect where as long as we're above 50% when we launch Hiyori's special, we'll get a resilience where when we kill King, he does like 50,000 damage to you. But with Hiyori's special, you will be able to tank the hit no matter what, which is good. Hiyori also gives our Dex units a 1.75 times attack boost, and then with X Drake, because of the team composition that we have, we'll get our full board of slots and a chain lock. And then with the Vivi Rebecca, their special will give an attack and an orb boost to our Striker and Cerebral units. So with this team, that'll actually be everyone. Everyone is boosted by the Vivi and Rebecca V2 special, which is pretty good. So in terms of damage potential, it's going to be fine. And even if we don't kill, we have Kaido's end of turn damage to also take care of King as well. And in cooldown reduction is not going to be a problem either. We will have our specials ready to go. So this is a really impressive team. Really looking forward to using this one in the treasure map. Despite the fact that Hiyori is not boosted on this team, she's just a really valuable unit to have for this team against King. Now we move on to the final boss versus Queen. Now for this team, we're going to be using a friend captain Big Mom, so I have the most optimal points possible. But with this team, what I will actually be doing is I will be replacing the Hawkins on this team with treasure map Queen once I do get him completely maxed out. Because the only reason why Hawkins is on this team is because of the quest guide, which mentions the fact that on the final stage he has 5 turns of Rainbow Shield damage reduction, and Hawkins does remove that, which is good. For this team as well, we've got Zoro as our captain, who is the most optimal captain for this fight because of the multi-turns of special bind you'll have to be dealing with. And then we've also got the Otama and the Olin, of course, from the treasure map Sugo Fest, and they're very valuable units to have. And then we've also got Kaido, because Kaido not only will just give us really good ability to get matching slots, which is very useful, but because the enemy has a delay immunity, it means we are able to apply the increased damage taken debuff to the enemy, so it just basically doubles any damage we do towards them, which is really cool. So absolutely no problems whatsoever there. Unfortunately, we are not able to launch the super type of Zoro though, because we don't actually have a Straw Hat character on our team, so I don't know if that's going to be a big issue moving forward, because we've got Olin for an attack boost, Zoro is an orb booster. We do also have Otama, but Otama will be used on stage 4 to get rid of the bind on our team, so I don't know if it's going to be a big issue, but if it does become a bit of an issue, I may have to shuffle my team around a little bit, but not really too phased about that. In terms of damage potential, it will be fine for a pretty good amount of time, so I'm not really too worried about that. And in terms of points, it's about as good as I can personally get. Could potentially take out Hawkins for something else, but I do need a unit to remove that Rainbow Shield, which is very vital. could potentially use the support of Halloween Mihawk attaching to Legend Zoro, which would mean I'd only need to remove 2 turns of Rainbow Shield. So I may want to look into that a little bit, but I'm not really too sure yet. This is what I'm going to go with right now, and of course, if things change as I play through the treasure map, I'll show that off in my actual playthrough of the treasure map itself. But then the final team of this video is versus the intrusion boss. Now, Kaido is the best unit to be using as a captain in this situation, and once again, we're going to be using Olin as a friend captain. Now, on stage 2, we get inflicted with like a 1.2 attack and a 1.2 orb boost, so that's not very optimal because it lasts for 3 turns, which means you will carry it into the next room if you clear the mini boss in 1 turn. So you can either store 1 turn, then kill the mini boss, or you can use the Olinlin special, which will remove the beneficial effects, change those slots that you get given into matching, and then you can kill that boss off, which is what I will be doing. And then on the final boss stage, we have all of our specials ready to go, essentially. We've got Kaido as well to give us huge boosts. He has a resilience buff, which is why we have the Brook on our team, because it does an end of turn damage buff, and because the enemy has a delay immunity, Brook will actually get a conditional boost off because of that. Now, we are inflicted with burn, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to be killing the boss in 1 turn, so it doesn't matter. And then they also have a barrier, which Otama will remove the barrier for us, which is good. Sangora is a really high point booster, and he's a chain locker for our team, so that's the main reason why we're using him. And that's the way that this team is going to be done, really. There's no changes that I'll be doing to this team at all. There is no reason to change anything on this team. Kaido will give us a full board of matching slots when we launch his special, so that's not going to be an issue at all. But that's pretty much it. That's the rundown of my personal teams for this treasure map, and hopefully you guys can take these teams and also the free-to-play teams that I've made into consideration when building your own teams for this upcoming treasure map versus Queen. So I'm really excited for this treasure map to get started, so really hope you guys enjoy this one. And as I said, when this treasure map goes live, I'll probably be bringing you guys a video with me playing through the treasure map as fast as I possibly can. But that is going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for watching the video, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.